Excuse me.
Good evening, family. Good morning, or good afternoon, whenever you're watching this on the replay. I am Robert Strozier, and next to me is my lovely wife, Robin.
Hello, 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 family.
And my family online here is my sister down below. It's Miss Kathy Reed.
Hello, hello.
And next to us is Mr. Marcus T.
The poetic sir.
Yes. And we thank y'all for joining us this evening
Yeah.
for our Wednesday night discussion. We
Yeah.
changed the name. It's not Bible study. It's still we're still bring the word into it. The word is still in it. Because that's our basis, right? That's our foundation. But this is real life discussion, talking, authentic conversation.
Yeah.
That we talk, and we have topics every week that we that is brought to us, and we go ahead and let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
real life talk.
Yeah.
And this week, and also you can join us on our social media pages, which is it'll pop up on the screen here shortly.
Boom.
New Life Changing CC, which is our Facebook page, and also on New Life Changing Christians in the Inc., which is our YouTube page. So go over there and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, hit the like button so you can be notified. Hit the notification. I forgot how it works, but
The bell.
yeah, hit that bell so you can be notified of when videos drop and when things pop up on there. Because things are going on all throughout the week, right?
Yep.
On Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, you can go over there and there's some word given, teaching, or something, a prayer, something is going on online. So please go over there. And I'm telling you, you will be blessed.
Amen.
That's awesome word that comes
Thanks.
through. And I'm not just saying it because we here in New Life, but it's true.
Right. Be blessing me.
Right. Myself as well. Awesome. So we're going to jump right in tonight, family. Topic tonight is experiencing God in ordinary moments. Experiencing God in ordinary moments. Good topic. It's an awesome topic because I had to process that because when I was younger, I thought you just experienced God on Sundays, right? I thought it was just a Sunday thing. It was just on that weekend that you experience God. I didn't know until I got matured as a maturity set in wisdom, got more knowledge that you can experience God on every day, every hour, wherever you are. You can have experiences in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You can have experiences in the grocery store. I think I always say you can have experiences when you're sitting in traffic.
Yes.
And I got more of that during our time, 5 years ago, what have you, during COVID. That not going anywhere and being in the house, being shut out, shut down, stuff was shut down, things were closed, we couldn't meet in person, we couldn't go anywhere. That I got to know God even more and had more, let me say this, had awesome experiences with him without leaving the house. I thought that was amazing. Now I'm not saying, oh, don't go to church or don't do this. I'm not saying that. I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying I got the one-on-one experience. I got to, because what happened was, this is for me, I got to see myself for who I am, right? I got to see the truth because at that time we couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't go to the barbershop. You couldn't go do this. You couldn't do this. And you saw yourself in its true form. You understand what I'm saying? In its raw, authentic self.
Right.
You were sitting in the house. You wasn't doing the extra. You wasn't putting no outfits on that matched. Some of us didn't take baths for weeks at a time. Right? You know what I mean? I got caught up in that. Not taking it for 3 days, just washing up in the morning and going straight to bed after work, right?
Right.
Because we working online. So I got caught up in that. I had to get myself together. No shaving, none of that. And you got to see your raw, authentic self. And in that, I had so many encounters with the Most High. It was so awesome. And it was so humbling to get that experience because it was just myself, me, myself, and I, right? I mean, we was all in the house together, but I got that, you know, and then we had to check each other because we was in the house together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we were in close quarters right here. We couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't leave the house, but it was so awesome.
Yes.
So, and I'm ask the crew here. That was me. That was my situation. Can you experience God in ordinary moments? Is God just for Sunday?
Who's answering first?
Oh, I can go. No, you can experience God anywhere, everywhere. I remember our apostle used to always say, see God in everything. And I didn't get it. But now, I mean, every single thing. I go to the store, I see him at the movies. I see, you know, I sometimes I have experienced God, like, I mean, you know, like some of my folks know that I like some, you know, like ratchet hip hop. But then I've experienced God in that. Like, you know, like in different situations, God has shown me who this person is that's you know, spitting these lyrics. And, you know, this is just a financial thing for him, but this is really who he is, you know, and then, so now the words that he's saying kind of change. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's it. Oh shoot. You know what I mean? It may just be a small verse or what have you that I catch, but I mean, I have learned him so much, like more intimately, since COVID, that it's just been insane. And I know people, you know, I know a lot of people who really struggled, you know what I'm saying, like during that time, and just kind of felt like it was a punishment and just thought that they were, you know, and you know, meanwhile, I'm back at the ranch, like, it's a better me. You know what I mean? And but seeing myself was like what Rob was saying. I didn't even think about that. You know, when you couldn't get your hair done, and I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. And you start gaining weight because you're sitting all day, you eating and you this and you that, you know. But you seeing yourself, and then I was learning how to check myself and get control of me, because you know, prior to COVID, I mean, you know, it's still out of control. However, but I know, like, I was out of control in a lot of areas that I didn't really know I was out of control in until God kind of showed me in different areas of my life. And that time allowed me intimacy with him. And sometimes it was, like I say, through the music. If it was just through me sitting here seeing something online, or if it was just through me sitting in silence, I did a lot of that, you know, and just sitting. And even Rob and I have sat in the room and just was sitting there. You know what I mean? Like, we're not speaking to each other. It's nothing to really say. We're just kind of, I think those were times when God was kind of dealing with us individually, you know what I mean? And you just kind of experiencing him on your own level. And he, oh my God, that's a whole nother thing. Like, he came so that you could understand where he was coming. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't come the same with everybody, I'm sure, because he comes to you because he knows you so that you can get it. You know what I mean? If I can get the words out right. But experiencing God in ordinary moments, I just felt like those moments were extraordinary for me, because they were an extraordinary, or however you want to say it, both of those, because those moments were so intimate. I could hear him so clear. Like, there was no question about what he was telling me to do, even if it was a reprimand, even if it was, you know, a check, or even if it was whatever it was so different, you know what I'm saying? And it drew me closer, gave me a closer relationship, a better understanding of who he is, a better understanding of who I was, and it just made it better. You know what I'm saying? It made the situation that was going on around us not even really exist. You know what I mean? Because it was just my time that I chose, and it was a choice, right? Because you could choose to get and go somewhere else with it.
Sure.
But my choice was, I'm gonna sit with you guys because I know you all up and through this whole pandemic. I know you're in it. Help me through it, you know, so that I don't lose my mind or anybody that connects with me, you know. And so, and then even with my kids, I could talk to them and be like, stop tripping. It's all right. Y'all pay rent in these places. Enjoy it because you hadn't had a chance to, right? You know what I'm saying? We pay all this money and all this stuff, and what we do outside, you know what I'm saying? We want all these fancy, I'm gonna get me a house, I'm gonna get this, and then you outside all the time because you got to go to work to pay for it to keep it. So I'm like, enjoy it. And then even they just was coming back like, man, you know what? I think I heard God talking to me. I think I heard him. I think I heard him say, like, how he sound, what he say, how does he talk? And you know what I'm saying? I got more conversation with them. I mean, experiencing God in ordinary moments to me is extraordinary, because anytime that I can experience him directly, and like you said, not just on Sunday, I can get him anywhere. If I'm in a grocery store, if I'm in my car, if I'm in the bathroom, no matter what kind of music I'm listening to, he is in everything. And I just think it's, you know, super extraordinary.
Absolutely. I am similar with Pastor Rob. I thought growing up in the church was the only time that you can experience God was, again, on Sundays. If it wasn't on a Sunday, it was church gatherings. So a choir rehearsal or a meeting or anything that was church related, that's where I thought that you could only experience God. But like he said, after maturing and in the word, I realized that yes, you can experience God anywhere, anytime. Now, what's interesting is you said experiencing God in ordinary experiences or everyday life, right? What's ordinary for me may not necessarily be ordinary for anybody else. Because, like you said, he knows us, he knows our personalities, he knows what it takes to get our attention. And I'm grateful that me getting to know him now really is outside of the church, because it shows us that the church is just, again, the building, but what he's been trying to show us and teach us was be the church. Don't get caught up in going to the church, rather understand that you are the church and be the church every day. Now you're right, because I thought about that same thing, Robin, when you said about our apostle teaching us about see God in everything. And she also used to tell us, ask God about everything, right? But that's scripture. You know, in Proverbs 3, it tells us to trust in the Lord with all that heart, lean not to your own understanding, all thy ways to acknowledge him, and he would direct our path. I didn't get it either then, but I understand it now. So I'm grateful that I've grown to a place that to experience God every day, meaning I ask him to orchestrate my day. I don't do anything without asking him first. I don't care what it is I got going on, what I got to do. If he says don't go outside the door, I don't go outside the door. If he says go out the door and be back by a certain time, I'm back by a certain time. If I go out the door and I can have 20 things on my list to do, he'll tell me do the first 5, that's it, go home. You understand? So in order to experience him, you got to know him. You got to be intentional about listening to him and being obedient to him all the times. And Pastor Rob, we talk about all the time about us being obedient to God. That's it. Just listen to God and do what God tells us to do. So, yeah, that's my thought on it right now. But yeah, being experiencing him in ordinary days, that should be the norm for people that know God. It really should be the norm. I mean, and again, your experiences are different. He wakes you up in the morning. That's the first experience right there. So
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at the wretched hip hop piece. But just like that, and Rob, you know, we like movies, right? I remember when I watched Transformers, right? Remember when Optimus came down in big old robot things? God showed me the illustration of it, right? I'm a visual person. I got to see it sometimes. And he was like, "You see how big the robots are? They said they protect Earth. Think about angels the same way when they come down to protect y'all." It showed me as I was watching the movie. And I'm like, God, I want to watch the movie, but I'm listening at the same time because I'm merging both at that point. I'm like, let me see this right here, right? And I'm like, yo, Optimus Prime is like Michael in it, right? And I was, and that moment he was like, the same way that they can protect Earth like that, I can protect you in the same manner,
Mm.
right? So when I get no space for me, and that's every day. We watch something on TV every day, right? Like you said, I see God in everything, and it don't matter. I wipe my glasses off, and like God just cleaned my vision up there a little bit, right? Those small things for me. I wasn't the one who grew up in the church, right? We knew church, we all that stuff. You went to church. My, my family became holiday saints after a while, right? So I didn't have to go in it, to say God is here all the time. I knew he was supposed to be in the church as it is, but I had to learn to see him outside of the building or outside of the worship space or this prayer circle, whatever they were having at the time. So I learned one day, God, I was driving one day, and this before was able to use the handicap pass, and I was like, I don't want to walk this parking lot, right? Everybody in my mama be in the store, and we driving through the parking lot. And shut up, I said, God, I need to open up this space for me one more time. It's right by the front door. I gotta go and come out right quick. And shut up, I drove past, and they was like, I was like, oh, for me? I said, God, you did that for me. He was like, I can do those things. You just ask.
Right.
I sat in the car for 10 minutes, just looking out the window. Ain't talking to nobody. I was like, I got this spot. Experience for me, experiencing God like that is always a mind boggling. Like it blows my mind because like it be the little things while I'm praying for the big stuff. Say, I'm gonna give you this parking spot. You're gonna walk to it. You walked enough, right? Or this is so funny. The other day I woke up and with bank accounts you get the dividends after a while, right? It was a 3 cent dividend, and I didn't realize that my checking account was short 3 cents for a bill that was coming out. God moved the dividend over there. He said, I got to about I got it, right? But then he said, let's talk about something right quick. I said, God, you did that for me, right? The little 3 cent was the littlest thing for me. But again, he showed me in that ordinary space that it's simply just moving a little bit change over here to take care of this over here, right? But it's just so funny because for us, we think it's ordinary, but somebody else might think that's a big deal. No, that's everyday practice in my household. God, give me that. I need that spot today. God, don't open up for me real quick. Oh, my favorite one. I remember Apostle at this when we first looked at the movie. Apostle said, "Pray to people at your house." Sure enough. Right? That's ordinary. You got to move, right? Like you said, you work at your house. You got to go to work to pay it off. See, I'm not praying for your house. We really prayed them out the space. I'm sorry. I hope they got somewhere to go, but at the end of the day, it's not my concern. Right? I ordinarily had to find somewhere to live, but not have been in that box in the corner until I would work for food. You know, but it's always amazing to see, like I said, the ordinary things and God moves. Like I said, the bathroom, in the shower. God be talking. I know God talk to you in the shower time, right? We simply is washing your body. Like I said, during COVID, we was in it. We was here. COVID had us in a chokehold for a little bit. We were right. You're in the store. Everything sold out except for tissue and toothpaste and soap. Just saying. All right, people, wash your butt. All right.
Right.
But it's as simple as that, right? God said, if you just watch stuff a little bit and just meditate with me a little bit, and we can figure some stuff out as we go along. Take a 10-minute shower, 20-minute, 30, whatever. Wash your butt and let's breathe and figure stuff out. Those order, it's just amazing. I'm not gonna ramble, but it's just so amazing. It's just so much stuff, so much to God. God be God.
He is. He's amazing. But we must see it in everyday things. You know what I mean? Everyday life. We got so many testimonies in it that it's ridiculous that not on a Sunday, not on a Saturday, right? Just on regular days. I remember one time we were purchasing a vehicle, and you know how you go to the finance office, and then that's when they tack on all that. They wanted you to pay for all this extra stuff to be for the car.
Mhm.
Then of course, you want to get your warranty, your gap insurance, all that type of stuff. And she wanted to add another package onto it.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, because that's going to jump up our monthly
Mhm.
payment, right? We don't
Mhm.
want to pay that, right? And she said, well, how this look? And we was like, look, no, this is, we comfortable at this payment and we don't want to go any higher, right? So she said, you know what? I'm going to give y'all this package.
Mhm.
She said, then looked at it. And she said, you know what? I'm going to give y'all this package. But what I'm going to do is, and this is what she told us, she said that next couple that's getting ready to come in my office, they bought a more expensive car. And I'm going to throw that amount onto that. I'm going to tack it onto their car. And y'all leave out with that with the warranty that you, with the extra package. And she said, because I got to finish my books tonight and I got to put that money on there. So she telling us all the inside stuff, which I don't believe she was supposed to. But we're just sitting in there.
She was there.
And she said they bought a way more expensive car. So I'm going to put it on them. Y'all be good.
Yep.
She said, I like y'all.
Yep.
I said, look at God work.
Look at God work.
And we kept our payments like we wanted. I remember it was another instance one time we went, it's a shop that we normally go to, a car shop, and getting some brakes done on one of the cars one time. And Robin came and picked me up and brought me, the guy called me and said it's done. I think I gave this testimony before. And the garage next door, he had a dog, huge mastiff, right? And you always, every garage got a shop dog, but he's in the back and you don't want him to get loose, right? He guards the shop at night. And when the shop is closed, they let him loose in the gates, right? But Robin had dropped me off and she was waiting, and I got out the car to go walk to the other garage where our car was at to meet the guy. And his dog came out that gate and turned around, and there was other guys out there, other people standing around. He made a beeline straight to me, running 100 miles an hour.
Lord,
and that dog was way over 100 pounds.
Yes.
And God brought a calmness over me because there was nowhere for me to go.
Right.
And the age where my body is set up, my speed is not, I'm not going to outrun that dog. It's not going to happen. Right? It was not going to happen.
Right.
Even getting on top of somebody's car, he could leap on the car.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's no.
Big is the car.
Right.
Right.
God brought a calmness over me. It's just a calmness. He said, stand there. The dog came, and if it had bit me, it would have been done because his head is bigger than my head. And he came and started jumping on me and bouncing up and down like a rat. He was just bouncing and jumping, putting his paws. When he stood straight up, his paws was up here on my chest. And he kept jumping, and I was sort of pushing him off. And he kept jumping, and the guy was just standing there stuck. And because he said when he finally got the dog, I'm like, you gonna come get him?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you see he's calm, come get him. Right. But he wouldn't. Anyway, the guy said, man, he would have ripped somebody's throat out. He said, oh my God, because the other dudes that were standing in the back, I saw that.
Everybody got stuck.
Everybody was stuck.
Right.
Because they knew the aggressiveness of that dog. That's why you don't let him out. He stay in the shop to guard the shop, right? Nobody goes in there. And I said, look at God work. God automatically gave me a peace. You know what I'm saying? That draped, like it felt like it draped over me, a calmness, and that calmed the dog down. The aggressive dog that made a beeline to me, and it calmed me down. Right? I got calm and said, God, you got this.
I was working. So
right. Everybody else hollering and screaming. The guys in the back hollering and screaming. They were screaming. You know, old mechanics, like old school mechanics with a cigarette.
They can't even get words.
They get themselves together. But it was so funny. Because God
was all up and through that bad boy. That was a mess.
When you walk with the Father, I'm telling you, it makes a difference in your life. And the other dude was standing back.
Thank you, Father.
He said, how about it? I'm about to mess my pants.
Right.
He didn't say that.
Right.
But he said, oh my God, are you all right? And they just stared at me. And I'm like, Mike, let me get my car, please, so we can go.
Yeah.
And they all just standing there looking at him.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, he got his dog. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
Because now I'm upset.
Right.
Now
So the dog messes clothes
now
up.
because the dog put his dirty paws all on my hoodie and everything, and now I'm nasty and dirty. I wasn't even processed God, but I already processed. It's so funny. I processed God covered me.
Had to.
Now it's like, like you said, Mark, it's
Get
ordinary.
out there.
Yes.
Ordinary.
Right.
Right.
They looked at it as amazement, but my God, he got me.
Yes. Hallelujah.
So that's in the moment that, you know,
Mhm.
could have been devastating.
Yes, yes.
Right. Because everybody's
Yes.
stuck. The only way that you was going to get that dog to stop was to kill the dog.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because he was in that, he just wanted to get somebody
Mhm.
because he runs and barks the whole time. And I look at that and I say, God, you're amazing.
Mm.
Yes.
And how many times that we all can say,
Mm.
you've seen something or you paused on something or you was about to do something and something stopped you, and then you found out there was an incident that happened in that area. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How many of us was, I mean, we got so many testimonies.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna ramble too long.
Mhm.
This is when before me and Robin met. No, we had met. I had a place. It was just me and Bradley at the time, and stuff wasn't working out right. I think I lost my job and was getting ready to got evicted.
Mhm.
Right. The next week, those whole townhouses.
Yep. Burned down.
The house next to me, next to where I stayed at, mine, the whole upstairs burnt up.
Mhm.
Gone.
Yep.
And it would have been in a room because Bradley stayed in the other room, and it would have been where we were sleeping at night.
Yep.
Gone. The whole top
Mhm.
floor was gone. Roof gone, everything.
Mhm.
Then the following week, the whole thing was nothing but sticks and the brick that was in front.
Yes.
I said, look at God. I'm thinking I'm losing.
Mhm.
I'm thinking I'm losing. Like, I can't pay my stuff. I lost my job. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Mhm.
But God was moving us out of that because that fire was going to be that day, that night. Isn't that something?
Yes.
And I would have laid in that bed and burnt to death
My
because
God.
you know, when
Yes.
fire comes, that puts you to sleep,
Mm.
and it was in the middle of the night.
Mhm.
Ain't that something?
Yes.
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 So that's God on a daily.
On a
Yes.
day.
We must pay attention
Yes.
daily.
Yes.
We looking for God to, you know, we looking for Sunday God. Whatever God is in that church on that Sunday. I'm not talking about the churches. Let me not be that person, but I do at times because I don't like the playing of my God.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, God is every day, all day. He the wind on my face. I feel it today when I had the windows down.
Mhm.
God
Mhm.
is the sun. He's sunny.
Yes.
He's shining
Yes.
down.
Mhm.
Give me vitamins in my
Mhm.
body.
Amen.
God is
Mhm.
when you interact with somebody and say a word and change their life. That's God in it. God is in everything that
Everything.
you experience him every day, but you have to allow
Mhm.
that to happen, like you just said earlier,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You got to allow those things to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention and be vigilant
Mhm.
and not wait to go through the week saying, oh Lord, this is a rough week. It's going to be one of them Mondays. It's going to be one of them. But then I wait to Sunday and I'm going to feel better.
Mhm.
Now God going to do something on Sunday when I get rest
Mhm.
and be fussing. And then I'm late getting there at 11 a.m. So I'm rushing and I'm frustrated and I'm on the road honking and getting annoyed and angered at people because I got to rush. And if I have children, then I'm hollering and screaming at them to hurry up, get dressed because I got to hurry up and get there so I can catch God.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And I done ran somebody off the road, or I done overtook somebody, or cut somebody off, so I can get to a building to say, so I can get to God and get a deliverance.
Mhm.
We was just talking about experiences getting delivered and free when we were just sitting in the house, couldn't
Yes.
go nowhere.
Yep.
So God, we experience God in every day. We should experience him every single day,
Every day.
all day.
Yeah.
Even when things are going wrong, when you say it's going wrong, even when you're having a so-called bad day,
Yeah.
which is cool. You can say, yeah, I'm having a bad day.
Mhm.
They're not good, but God in it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling 1,000 today. My mind is not there right now,
Yeah.
but I God in it, and watch how the day ends.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not feeling myself today.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that,
You can.
but God gonna be in it. God, you're gonna straighten this up by the end of this day.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
not gonna start off rough.
Mm-hmm.
It may start off rough,
Mm-hmm.
but no,
It's not going to end.
no, it's not gonna end rough. I had an experience today with a situation,
Mhm.
and I was at a place longer than what I should have been.
Mhm.
I was going to say, oh shoot, it's gonna be one of them days. I had to catch myself
Mm-hmm.
and say, no, it's gonna be smooth. And the rest of the day was smooth, and my timing was perfect. Like you ever do something and your timing ends up being perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did this at this time, even though it started off crazy, but everything worked out perfectly for that day. Who can, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I can do that of myself.
Right.
Yeah.
No, God did that
Mm-hmm.
because I decided I'm not going. No, it's not gonna be a rough day.
Yeah.
We're gonna be good.
We're going to be good.
I'm gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything gonna be good. The drive gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know why you gonna be good? Because when I walk in there, and not to boast myself,
Uh-huh. But it's facts.
but I'm a child of His, and if
That's
you
it.
having a bad day, and you deserve,
You're going to have a good day too.
You gonna have
Your
a good day.
Gonna end up better too.
yes, it is.
Right.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna be
Absolutely.
Mondays, or the Mondays or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They say,
Yeah. No. I have learned that when, excuse me, like you say, you rushing and you trying to get somewhere and everything is like blocking you. Okay, you do this, and all this stuff is happening, blocking you. I have learned that it is a protection for me from God. It used to be frustrating. Now I just be like, all right, shoot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Them days I'm running up, I'm like, I can get all of my stuff and walk out the door. And then other days, it's like, shoot, I forgot my phone. Good in there, and oh god dog, I forgot my lunch bag. Oh man, I forgot my, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't even get irritated anymore when I used to, because I realize he's either protecting me from something, he's having me miss something, wherever I'm going to or what have you. You know what I mean? And I can't even say the millions of times that I'm late getting to work and there was a situation that I missed. Oh, you just missed it. And dude ran out of here. He came through it, and I was like, oh my goodness, and I'm like, oh my God, you were all in that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You were taking care of me even when I didn't even know what was happening or what was about to happen. And in those times I'm stuck in traffic, or you stuck behind a car that's not moving, and you like, oh my, why am I getting that? We do all of that. Like I don't even fuss no more because I'm just like, all right, let me just calm down and relax and get there. Seeing God in every single thing. If something like stuff just don't be happening just to be happening, and that's what I've learned. I've learned that, like, I can't make nothing happen. If God don't move, blow his breath and move stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing is going to happen. So it's all him. We have to stop and pay attention and listen and get direction, like you said, Kathy, and allow him to direct the day from the beginning to the end of it. From my outfits, to my hairstyle, to my glasses, to my lashes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, do I do this today? No. I normally go get a sandwich from here. Don't do that today. Don't do that. Don't wear those shoes. Don't do this. I mean, and you know what I'm saying? In some instances, you feel like it can throw you off. But when you, I guess, submit yourself to the Father and just allow him to orchestrate and be in total control of your life, it is not a distraction. If he tell me, do not put that on today, I am not wearing that today. You know, and I'm like you, Kathy, if he say, don't go outside, just go get your mail and come on back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get my mail and I'm gonna bring my hips back in here. And if he tell me don't go to work today, I'm gonna bring my hips back in here and say, hey, y'all, I ain't gonna see y'all today. I'll see y'all next week. You know what I mean? Like, it's so imperative though that you do that because it makes everything better. Now I don't keep running into all this foolishness and all this crap. You know, I went to work today and everybody was in an uproar. But when I got there, it was all they was like, you just missed the brothel. You just missed Robin. You always coming in here late. You know, and I'm like, oh yeah, what's it? I'm going in here and finish my work for the day. Everything gonna calm down now because I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, well, you're right. And that's funny. They're in agreement, don't even know what they're agreeing to. Because I'm like, it's gonna be well now because I am here. It was crazy because I was late. Because God was allowing things to happen. You know, he's shaking stuff up. But it's just interesting how you know, people get so irritated and frustrated. I be even trying to tell my kids, like, calm down. You're gonna be all right if you get there a little late. Something is protecting you. Yesterday, actually, Jeremiah sent me a video. Him and Jalen's complex, like the not there where they stay, but in the front of the complex, burnt down. Humongous fire, right? Humongous fire. Smoke everywhere. They was getting everybody out. He said that everybody kind of had to leave, you know, because the smoke was kind of going back towards. They did have to leave the area, but he was like, I missed the whole thing, Ma, because he went on a jog. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's the whole thing. When he come back, he had his ear things on. He just seeing all these fire trucks. Everybody is now being dispersed back into their homes, but you know, these people, you know, they dealing with these people, but his area and everybody was fine. He missed the whole thing. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Father. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God covered their
oh my gosh. Yeah. Like how, oh my God, amazing is that? You know, and he would normally run this route, but he ran this route today, you know, and I was just like, thank you, Father, for the protection. And you don't even be knowing, but when you're guided by him, and when you're listening and you're in tune to him, he told Jeremiah, leave now. Go over here.
Right.
Run this way. Right. Run an extra mile today. Da. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives you straight direction. He does it. He will do it. He will do it. I've seen him do it. I can only talk about what I know. And I've heard him say simple things like that. No lashes today. Put on clear lip gloss today. No, wear this today. Put on yellow. Wear that black shirt. No, grab that. Get them pants. Don't wear that. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. People do it. People think, why would I waste his time? That is not wasted time for God. You know, why are you wasting God asking him what to wear? Why are you asking him? Why you know, sir, man, I don't even have to ask him. When I get up, he's telling me this what to do. And this is not wasteful time for him. He loves me. You understand? I love him. So I'm never wasting his time. He loves being in my company and I love being in his. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's not wasted time.
Right.
Oh my goodness, but it's so important. It's so important. Oh my God, listening and letting him guide your entire life is so powerful. It makes it easier.
Yeah, and that's funny. You say controlling everything, right? Point case. Even our businesses, right? I got a call one day a while back from a client, and they said, I gotta let you go, right? I can't use your service, I gotta let you go, right? And I'm like, yo, it's a bad time, but I can't tell them that, right? And I know somebody talked to God that moment. I'm like, God, I need you to hold this because I'm about to lose a little money right here, right now, right? And I was like, my mind was like, I got a bill due tomorrow. You let me go today. right? The money I'm getting paid from you right now goes to that bill. And I got off the phone with the client, and I'm going through. And God said, "You finished? Simple as that. You finished, or you gonna let me do this right now?" And he talked for like 2 seconds. That's all he said. "You finished? You let me do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And boom, the phone rang. New client. I'll pay you up front, whatever fee you want.
Mm.
I say, okay. You know, you got to stop scratching your head. I stopped it. God, that you? Because I don't know this person, how to get my phone number. And I don't answer numbers from unknown numbers at all. At all. So my body said, pick up that phone.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Greet the person with all positivity, respect. Hey, how you doing? This is Marcus. How may I help you? And I don't answer phone for that nobody. Right. I don't give nobody my name and answer phone. Who it is, who you need type thing. Or go to voicemail. Pick for hello, this is Marcus. How may I help you? And this such
Mm-hmm.
and such. I found your page. I got it because I know somebody that you know, right? That you worked with before. They suggested me to you. I need your help. This is what I need. Pay you up front. I said, okay. God, I need something for the bill right quick. I said, we ain't gonna do that. He said, we're not gonna do just for the bill. Tell them what you want, and
Mm.
it's what you gonna get. And I was like, okay, I can get. I said, this is my price here. They were like, okay, I need you for this amount of months. That was an ongoing. That's an ongoing check that's coming through. I said, God, I didn't pay something off for this right here. Didn't I? He said, you want more? I said, I don't know if I can do more. He said, don't worry about it. He said, don't worry about it. Next day, got an email, another client. Bow. Same thing.
Mm.
I said, you know what, God, you can have life in poetry. It's yours. Because
Right.
apparently, Marcus, I know what Marcus is doing right now, right? But
Clearly
again,
on.
that right, but that ordinary thing like just letting go and letting God do. God be God if you let God be God,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes it's just that simple. It's in the little things, like you said, that dog. Forgive me, I would have been. That's what the comment said. But the puddle, it'd been more than the puddle. I'd have been just gone. Just take me now. What Fred say, Elizabeth, I'm coming,
I'm coming.
right? Because it's not working for me, you
Indeed.
know. But
Mm-hmm.
even at those moments when you can calm the storm. I made a video today about when boiling water calms down, you can see the truth in it, right? It's that simple. You calm everything down and let God do what God gonna do. It falls into place in the most pristine, polished way, right? But for us, it's ordinary because like I said, we see it and we allow it to happen. But when you were talking about, I remember that I said a while back. I said, God, I don't feel you today. What's wrong? Is it me? Did I misstep this morning? And I remember exactly what happened, why I felt that way. I woke up that morning and my feet hit the floor and I fell. And I said, dang, that's gonna hurt all day. And that I walked with that model for about 2 hours. And I said, God, let me go back in time a little bit here. I gotta apologize to you for what you're gonna do for me because I fell for a reason. It slowed me down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The fall slowed me down. And people said you failed. I heard it was hurt really bad, but it slowed me down because then I was delayed leaving out the house. Like you said, go out the house, right? And that was here where we are now. Got to go out the house because I'm ready to go run an errand. And right here, we're right by Andrews. Boom, the base is locked down. You can't even get on the street. I said, well, God, I'm glad we stopped that there. I don't know what happened. I didn't even check the news, nothing. I don't want to know. Came right back in the house. I locked the door, closed the blinds. Yeah, I ain't even home. You don't see me. You went through the neighborhood type thing. But he stopped me from doing that because I could have got hurt or something else. It's I'm finna cry because it's so much that God has done for us. Like you said, Pastor, it's so much testimony here about God moving in the small ways that are so grand, or such the ordinary ways, but then they become extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I be smiling too, cause Lord knows we could have been through some stuff. And
What?
God just step in and say, "Oh, hold up now, right? Hold up, player, have a seat now. 'Cause now you're doing too much. Let me do this time. Because now you put your hands in, and you're gonna mess it up. What they say? Grandma used to say, "Stay out of my kitchen if you ain't cooking."
Mm-hmm.
Right? I didn't know what that meant. So I got old, wrapped it up
Mm-hmm.
in her kitchen. No, now I get it. Now, you in the space. If you're not cooking, if you're not preparing something, go move out the way. Go have a seat. Right? But God, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to understand God. He got it. God, God got it. God got it today for my wife. Right? She had she had a client email her. and she missed the email, right, for order for this Saturday. And her mom called, said, check your email. She said, I checked it early today. They come up. We got home, checked the email. The email's right there. Bow. This is what I want here. I actually do this here. How much you want for it? Not this is my budget. How much you want for it? She's a baker. You know, baking stuff is that's you ask. That's about a 2 week advance for something custom. She put it together in 15 minutes. What she wanted, she had a plan in action. She said, God, what we gonna do here? How we gonna work it out for the gentleman here? Boom. She got a plan. Get email on the back, phone call. This was gonna happen. He said, go. We gonna go for it. He said, how much you want? Right? Little things. Another order came through. My brother's fiance. We need a cake for tomorrow for his birthday, which is tomorrow. Can you do it? I know it's last minute, but can you knock it out for us? Right? How much is it? Type thing. The small things. God took her business. Right? You were just here yesterday at the cafe. What you told her new clients gonna come out the woodwork. And I stand and believe it because God does that in the ordinary for us. Right? The guy, we don't know this man from nowhere. I know he works with her mom, but first time client. The trust he put in her to do this cake for his son's second birthday party. I'm like, dude, really? My spirit said, get him to buy something else, but I want to be like that. But I know he's gonna come back because what she does and what God does with her hands when she's baking. And I said that stuff she baked them cookies and them cakes and cupcakes. It makes one just smack somebody right quick. That's right. That's right. They follow Instagram at Desserts by Jay. Right. See, that's right there. See,
that's it right there.
Right. See that technology
change your life right there. It's God all up in that right there. Desserts by Jay. God all up.
It's God in the measurements in which she brown the butter.
Yep.
Stuff she do for the homemade icing. I'm trying to done it. Told you.
Ordinary
God right. Is it. If you let God, He will guide.
My goodness.
Right. And what he says, I am the I am. That's everything. Right? I'm trying to pass it. You know, I call you pastor, get serious, right? The people don't understand. If you let go of trying to control everything, even the small things, right? Like you know us, we like our watches, right? Our watch band broke the other day. And God said, why you complaining? You got 2 more in the closet. I said, oh God, you're right. Why am I crying for? Right? I the watch snap. Boom. We said you got another one in the closet. Go put it on. He said, but make sure the time is right. I said, okay. Put it on. I'm happy. Now I got him a watch on my wrist. Every day I got him a watch on. It balanced me out. Right? He calmed me. He said, just breathe a little bit. You got 2 more on the shelf. It's fine. The little things for us that we do. Your car started up in the morning time. Right? Your check cleared on the 1st and 15th. Right?
Right.
You were able to go to the store and get some eggs at a decent price. Right? And they wouldn't have missing out the cart. You know, it's the little things that I'm starting to see now in my walk with God now, in the present me now, that I step back and say, you know what, God, you was in all those spaces in my life that I thought were small, right? Or that I thought were so big that I couldn't contain it. He said, it's just little things. He said, what you worry about for? He said, you guys, he said, you keep on walking, you figure it out. And sure enough, I didn't figure it out.
I do want to say this, Marcus said, you said, Pastor Rob, about, you know, testimony. We could be on here for a length of time of all the stuff that God done, not just for the people that they see on this discussion, but New Life got testimonies out of the wazoo. And I'm talking about from the time God told Apostle to start the ministry until now. I mean, it is ridiculous the stuff that God has done in this ministry.
Yes.
You know, it's all Him. But I'm saying this to say to people who may be watching and say, well, I haven't experienced the things that you guys have experienced. Like, how do I know that I can experience God, you know, on a daily basis? Well, majority of the time when people say something told me not to do this or that, you know, that might be His way of getting your attention to not do something. So the advice would be to listen to that and go with it, because if it's Him, He's not going to tell you to do anything wrong or off. It's always going to be for our betterment. It's going to line up to the word of God. And the other thing is, what came to my mind when you guys was talking was, I remember Elder Tower doing a teaching about the name Yahweh. And she took out the vowels and said that in the original Hebrew, there were no vowels, right? And so she was explaining what Yahweh without the vowels meant. And in her teaching, she was saying that every time we take a breath, we are actually saying his name. That is experiencing God every day. Even if you don't have the exterior things going on where you hear him talk to you, or, he showed up in some kind of way of all of us, all the testimonies we heard tonight, just know that every time that you say, you are saying his name, every time that you breathe, that's experiencing God to me every day. So you don't want to look at the big picture thing. You are saying his name every time you breathe. So, so to be practical for people who may be listening in and say, "Oh, well, I've never experienced what you guys experienced." That's a practical way every day.
Amen. That's awesome. Yes. And the main, to piggyback off you, Kathy, also is to, I think you were talking about it earlier, and I want to, like when you're saying God is hope, strange things may happen before you leave out to slow you down, and God is protecting us. God also slows us down so we can pay attention. He stops things and sees things, and we think it's, oh no, it's bad. But he slows us down so we can pay attention. In life, and this is, I guess, me getting older and paying attention to God and giving wisdom, that stuff is going to happen daily. And I think we talked about this Sunday. Stuff is going to happen. You can't, some things you just can't change. You can't change it. God is, even in his word, Jesus talked about it. It's us transforming our mind. It's like you said, Marcus, when you said you had failed, and then you said, and then it was, it's going to hurt all day. So it was negative. It's like myself today. But I had to transform myself and transform my thinking immediately, so I won't go down that path and allow other things to enter in and allow my talk to be negative, allow my actions and my mannerisms to be angered and frustrated. So I had to transform my mind and say, oh, I'm going to get through this. A matter of fact, let me slow down so I can pay attention, because the next step, I can make it faster, I can make it quicker, or I can make it easier. You understand what I'm saying? So it's us transforming our minds, right? Because it's not, because we're looking, and we're going to talk practical, because we authentic conversation, right? We're looking for something magical, boom, and my mind's changed. No, you have to do the work. You know what I'm saying? You have to transform your mind. We keep hollering out to God, change my mind, but we continue to pick up and read the same thing. We continue to talk to the same person. We continue to talk to and use the same negative conversation. We say the negative words, but we want God to stop that. We don't understand that God has given us free will. If you want to keep going down that road, then go ahead. But I'm right here, and I'm telling you what to do. I'm right here. But the thing about it is, we need to transform our minds, even in today's time, even with the administration and what's going on, the so-called craziness. I was talking to a lady today. She said, "Yeah, it's wild out here. It's crazy, and this and that, and it is. It's out of the ordinary, right? But it has to be out of the ordinary for you to pay attention. Because if everything is smooth, your head is in the either in the sand or up in the air, and you're not paying attention to anything. When the rumble comes, you stop paying attention. It's nothing bad gonna happen to his children, no, but now you're paying attention and you're seeing, and it's a transformation of our minds, right? You have to change the way you look at it, because if all you see is negative, because there's people that wake up every day, and I remember I was like angry, wake up with something negative. You're mad with this person. You don't even know the person. You're mad with this person. You're angry and you're frustrated. That's because my mindset was there. So all my interactions was frustrating and angry interactions, right? But until I transform my mind, transform, now my interactions change. Now talking to individuals outside, because that's what his children are supposed to do, not to stay in the four walls. Just like you said, Kathy, we are the church. The church can infiltrate any state, any organization, any building, anywhere. God's children are supposed to infiltrate. So now you can go in and change it because you have been changed, right? Because you allow God to God to work within you. But you got to work. You got to go in the lab. Got to work.
Absolutely.
Right? We got to work on ourselves.
Yes.
Transform your minds. Now, when you enter in, when this group is bickering and this group is bickering, when you come in and speak a word and you change the whole dynamic, because now they see it. I can see it in this. Oh shoot! Now, why am I even going back and forth with it? It doesn't make, you know what I mean? But it's a transformation of our mind. We can experience this daily.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta say, God, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm gonna stop speaking negative tongues and ill stuff to others. I'm gonna stop saying that ill stuff about myself.
Yes.
I'm gonna stop saying negative words about myself. You know what I mean? I'm not slow. I'm not dumb. I'm not ugly. I'm not this. I'm not that. Whatever the world standard is, I don't measure up. I don't want to measure up to the world standard. I want to measure up to God, right? I want to, you know what I'm saying, please him. I'm not trying to please the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm content. And God is showing that, and that's what we must be. We must transform our minds. The word says it, doesn't it?
Yes.
And until we get to that point, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it in that same tunnel vision that the world sees it in. Because the world wants you to get on the bandwagon and get in line, in lockstep, and do what I say do. And if you veer off, you weird, or you doing this, or you one of them, or you this one, you that, I would be in lockstep with me. But if you come out that line and do what God say do, watch how others come and follow you. And they want to be like you.
Yeah.
They want to look like you. They want to dress like you. They want to move like you move. You know what I'm saying? They like the way you interact. How can you be so positive in this chaotic situation? How can you be so calm and stuff is going haywire? How are you doing this? That's what his church is supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you are supposed to be set apart than what the world is. I'm gonna be God's chosen, and I'm fighting and being chaotic with that group. My word should be totally different. Like they say, well, you saying something different. Yes, because I'm a child of his. His is not going to speak and mesh and be popular and be cool. You know what I'm saying? It is cool though. I'm gonna say that, but it is cool. But not maybe the world standard is cool. But his word is cool.
Yeah, it is.
Because it transforms your life.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But we must stand apart. You got to come out the line. What's that movie? What's it called?
Divergent.
Divergent. I don't know if your guys seen that. There's a scene in there when the young lady woke up and everybody was in lockstep, but she was like, why are we doing this?
We doing it right. Yeah.
But anybody that stepped out of line got killed. So she said, "Oh, let me play this role. Let me stay right here until I got time to make my move to get out." Because she didn't get caught up in it. Her mind was free. You understand? And I say that's in today's world. That's society. Everybody's in lockstep. As soon as one person say it, who's so-called popular or so-called demons, whatever, we follow it, right? But in your mind, you saying, no, that ain't right. But everybody, look, the census is doing it. So I think I better follow. But I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Right.
The census say do this, because if I don't do this, my family not gonna like it. If I don't do this, my sister and brother may talk about. My mother gonna talk about. But I don't inside. That's God. That's the Holy Spirit. I don't feel right. I never felt comfortable doing. Why I keep doing this, and I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yes.
I know something ain't right. I know it's something better, but I'm following this because that's what they say do. And if I don't follow this and do this, they're going to dislike me.
Mm-hmm.
When you come off that line and follow God, they're not going to like you.
Right.
Because you coming and doing the extraordinary,
There it is.
out of the ordinary, if I'm making sense. And
There it is.
because you're going to come out of that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to stand over here.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look right. Just like you said, and y'all keep saying it, all saying it. Stuff happened, you can't move, you can't do this, and God is slowing you down. And you're like, this ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused. God, why you do that? But in the end,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see what happens why he's doing that. He did something so-called chaotic and disruptive that now you pay attention, and now you see him even more and more, because he shows himself even more, and he letting you know, I am God.
Yes. Yes.
Say that. My God.
I go back to what I just said. Taking job away, everything away.
Yep.
So I can come out of place, because if I stayed there, if I had the money to stay there, I would have stayed in a silly mindset or stayed in that trying to do something and been out of the, you know what I mean, doing what Rob wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if he had allowed the finances to come through, the job, the money, when I was doing the business and all that, I would have stayed there, did something else. We probably would have never got married.
Right.
Right? Because I would have ran off, did something else because I was in Rob.
Mm-hmm.
He disrupted the whole thing to protect me and Bradley. So things to be at this time now.
To bring us together.
Bring us together. Ain't that cute? For this time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
To protect us.
Yeah.
EO did a whole disruptive.
I mean, ripped it up.
And burnt the whole 3 houses down.
Kathy.
To the shell.
Well, we always say we don't want God to get involved.
But that's what he does.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Now you're paying attention.
He gotta bring it. He does that because he loves me so much.
Yes.
He did that out of the order. Because if he had said, Rob, leave, no, I ain't gonna leave yet because I think I like it here. It's gonna. I like my little spot. I like me, you know what I'm saying? I like my place. Chill. I like being up here. I'm right here. And the cut, this is where the happening is at. He had to disrupt it. And then a fire came through, and
so that you don't go back.
Exactly. And something. So you got another route to take.
Wow.
God is amazing.
God be. Would you say, Mark? God be God if you let him be God.
Ain't that amazing?
I need that T-shirt.
Yeah.
We need that T-shirt. Let's sell that on the New Life merch shop.
Yeah.
Right. We gotta get that.
Powerful.
Oh my
if
God.
you just let them work.
Yes.
Right? But you got to get this. You got to transform this.
Yes.
And come out of the line. You know how you go elementary school, you just had to stand in the line. Get on that yellow line, because we had different colored lines in the hallway. Get on that yellow line. Stand right there.
Right. Put your hands on your shoulder. On the shoulder.
Right in front of you and all that type of stuff.
Right.
We got to come out that line.
Oh my God.
Because the world wants you to just come in this line and do what they say do.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, God said, come over here and do this. It's going to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All of us on this line have been very uncomfortable and are uncomfortable right now.
Right now.
Right?
Indeed.
But right it's now. Good. It's good.
Right now.
Because now you ain't got, you got to let it go.
Yeah.
And let God do his thing, right?
My God.
Yeah, it's a hard thing, but it's cool being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Oh, man.
We need that T-shirt too.
Yes. Because and you grow in that. You get more wisdom. You get more knowledge. That's what he wants.
Yeah. You
got the ruffle. You got to tear stuff up. All right, we're going to stop. I'm going to stop. Rambling on. We've been on an hour. This was good talk, y'all.
That was really good. That was really, really good.
Because it got me meditating on what God has done.
I'm telling you. You're always looking for something else. Lord, he done did enough.
And you experience him in ordinary. Is that's day-to-day moment.
Yes.
You pay attention to scrolling, and now how that's so awesome when he slows down. I pay attention to other people.
Yep.
I pay attention to what's going on around me. The love is different, right? I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Over somebody I don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was worried about somebody's baby that's coming
Right.
home and their housing condition wasn't right. I'm worried about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even know these people. These people are from Brazil. You know what I mean? I don't know these folks. But I was worried about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
concerned.
yeah.
That's God's love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna stop. God is powerful, y'all.
That was awesome.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end it.
Yeah, we can end it. Thank y'all for joining us once again. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8:15. God's willing. Okay. We'll be back online with another discussion. Feel free to join us. What is our website? I didn't put it up. newlifechangingcc.org is the website. You can go on there and find out what we're doing all week long. We're posting in our socials are below. So just join us. Never feel alone, never feel by yourself. And we here for you. All right. So next week, we'll capture you guys or something else. Maybe if you have an idea of a conversation you want to have with us or you want us to talk about, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Let us know something. Put it in the comments and we'll check it. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you next.
Thank you.